What's up, everyone? All right, so here we are finishing up Wednesday morning, up $5,399. Another green day of trading, and it puts me up about $16,000 on the week, which is awesome. Up around $70,000 on the month. We still have about 2.5 weeks left this month, and my target is still $100,000. And remember, half of those profits are getting donated. So I really want to make as much as I can this month because it'll mean more money that I can give away. If I have my best month ever and I break $117,000, I'm gonna feel like it's just, totally meant to be. And that's, kind of still back of my mind. It could happen. Remember, we started this month with 2 back-to-back $29,000 days. Boom, 60 grand. If I have 2 back-to-back $20,000, $30,000 days sometime in the next 2 weeks, this is gonna go from a $70,000, $80,000 month to $130,000, $140,000. It's possible. So right now it's just a matter of being patient, waiting for the momentum, waiting for the opportunity, and then when I see it, striking on it. So today I had a couple really good trades. BLNK, gave back like 500 bucks on that. That one wasn't as good, but did well on GEMP and IHT. So we'll break down all of today's trades in today's midday market recap. All right, everyone, so here we are finishing the morning up $5,399.35. Another green day of trading. Not bad at all. Today, I had some pretty good profits, and I gave a little bit of it back. I pushed a little harder than maybe I needed to. I was up about 7,500, and then I had 2 back-to-back losses, so I gave up a little bit of those gains. But you know what? Being aggressive is the reason I'm up even as much as I am now. 5,000 is still an awesome day of trading. So puts me up, geez, let's see, right around 16,000 on the week. Not bad at all. I'll take it. So 16,000 on the week. On the month, am I breaking over 70,000? Gosh, that must be close. $69,870 on the month. And so this adds another $2,700 of profit that's going to get donated to charities this month, which is awesome. So half of my profits are going out to various organizations for the month of May in honor of Memorial Day. So that is about $35,000 as of right now. And the goal is still $100,000 of total profit, so I can give away $50,000. So we'll see if I can get there. We still have, let's see, well, we still have 2 full weeks of trading, 2.5 full weeks of trading, just about. So, I mean, there's still hope, but we definitely need to see good momentum. Today was decent. I mean, it was really not bad at all. But we started to see a little bit of choppiness as we got further into the day. And so that was something that I, wasn't happy to see, and it made me a little bit more inclined just to take my profits and call it a morning, kind of after 10 a.m. So to break down the trades from this morning, let me pull up my e-signal charts. So BLNK was the one we were watching out of the gates, and we knew it was going to be difficult because of the fact that even though it was gapping up a lot, and in a lot of ways it looked really good, it was also really extended coming into the open. And so as it squeezed up here, had a pre-market high of 743, the bell rang, and as you can see, it started just sort of a little choppy, popping up, dropping down, popping up. I took a trade on it, getting into 2,500 shares at 739, ended up getting stopped out of that trade. Well, I sold half at 748, and then the rest at 746, and then the rest at 711, and so I lost $7 on that first trade, down $7. All right, got back in at 737 as it surged back up, so I was sort of in right here and then back in here, long at 737, 39, and 50, and then it pops up. I sell half at 54, sell the rest at 49, 48. It just didn't really work out that well. It kept popping up and dropping back down, popping up and dropping back down. So that type of action, that choppiness is very difficult. So right out of the gates, I was up actually about $500 on BLNK on those 2 trades, $560 or so. And then we had GEMP hit the scanners. Now, GEMP was on our watch list this morning. There was news out, and we were watching it over the pre-market high of 660. The bell rings, it starts to squeeze up. I see it, and I jumped on it as quickly as I could, did a little red to green move, a dip down, and then surging through the open. I jumped in at 685 and added at 699. So I had 10,000 shares, and it popped up to 721. I sold half, and I got filled immediately at 721 and 723, like $3,000 profit. I mean, it was like an instant. I then added back at 762, thinking that this was maybe going to continue higher and go into a circuit breaker halt. It hit a high of 770, but then it dropped back down, all the way back down, and I stopped out as it came back down, giving up a little bit of profit, selling the rest at 717. So I was up a little over 4,000 on this one, but then ended up finishing up $3,794, which is not bad. I mean, that's a great trade, but you know, I was being a little aggressive, thinking maybe it would continue. I knew the 200 moving average was here on the 5-minute on the daily chart, and that could be a problem. And we kind of tapped that level and faded off of it. So that may have been the issue there. So quick little trade on that one. And then BLNK, I guess I was still holding some of it while I was in this trade, and I stopped out of it at 679. You can see how it did this really sharp drop here. And so I stopped out as it dropped back down. And it was only 163 shares I was still holding, so I guess it didn't really matter that much, but gave back a little on that. And then we had IHT hit our scanners. So IHT was a stock that popped up on the scanners. Let's see, came up right here at 230, 38, 39, 42, 41, 44. You know, it's popping on the scanner, and I'm like, okay, this one is surging up. I'm going to jump in, try to, you know, ride the momentum. So I jumped in at 275, and I was adding, all right, I guess I started adding at 260, 65, 63, 69, added at 91 and 90. It's then halted on a circuit breaker, and I have about 10,000 shares. It resumes. I try to add at 302. I don't get filled. Added at 324. Tried to sell at 333. Didn't get filled. Sold on the bid at 327. It then drops down to 299, and I stop out because it's selling off. So I gave back some of, well, you know, some of these gains here. I guess maybe I sold them up 3 cents, but, you know, kind of dropped back down here. And then it surges back up, and I get back in at 326. It pops to 344, 349. I'm selling, adding back at 349. And then I stopped out of that at 321 and 313. So again, giving back a little bit of profit between those trades. And when you look at the chart, you can see, you know, it surged up and then did this final top at 67 and then dropped back down. So as it dropped back down here, that's where I ended up stopping out. It then curls back up, and I get back in at 370, literally adding at high of day, and having to stop out at 359 and giving back a little bit of profit there. So on this one, I was up like $2,800, and I gave back about $700, being a little bit too aggressive. All right, and then I got into BLNK. Let's see, go back to this one. BLNK, I jumped back into this for the first 5-minute candle to make a new high. All right, so we had this little kind of pullback consolidation. I was watching, let's see, this candle here for the first 5-minute candle to make a new high, that candle. And it popped up. I jumped in with 7,500 shares. So that was right here. It hit 726. I'm in at 720 and 719 with 7,500. I tried to scale out at 723 because we had a really big seller at 725, and he wasn't getting bought up. And then instantly it drops to $7, and boom, I'm out $1,000. It dropped right here, as you can see, all the way down to 675. So that was a really kind of brutal false breakout. It popped up and dropped back down. And so at that point, I was just like, you know what? I'm done for the day. That's it for me. So, you know, I wish today maybe had held up a little bit better, and I could have finished up 7,500 or maybe up, you know, closer to $10,000. But hey, 5,500 is good. And again, when we're talking about, you know, $5,300, $5,399 times 225 trading days in a year, that'd be $1.2 million. So, you know, if you can have a $5,000 day consistently, you're killing it. The reality is you're going to have days where you make 5,000, and then you're going to have days where you lose a little bit of money. You know, there's kind of the ebb and flow, but you know, right now we're still definitely in a hot streak. I've been averaging, let's see, today is the 87th day of the year, and I've been averaging $3,146. So $3,146 times 225 trading days in a year puts me at $707,000 on the year. And my goal is $665,000. So I'm tracking a little bit above my goal if I can keep it up, and you know, I'm hoping that I can, because if I make $665,000, I'll add that to the $335,000 I made last year, and that'll be $1 million. And it'll be $1 million from a starting balance of $583. So that's my goal. I really would love to do that in 2 years. To take $500 and turn it into $1 million in 2 years would be amazing. So, you know, that's my goal. But again, I don't want to get too fixated on that, because that could kind of change the way I trade if I start getting too aggressive or whatever. So, you know, for right now, I'm just continuing to track for, you know, 650,000 this year, 660, and hopefully we have a good, strong summer, and then we go into a good fall. Usually the fall is good. It's just a matter of what's the summer going to hold for us, because sometimes summers can be a little slow, but other times they can be strong. They're not as predictable. All right, so, and then BOXL, I didn't take any trades on this one. It kind of popped up out of nowhere. It just really like took off, and I just didn't, I don't know. At that point, I was already kind of feeling like I just lost some money on these last couple trades. So I was just like, nah, I don't want to push my luck. HEAR, we had it on watch, but it just didn't really, you know, do that much. So anyways, another good day of trading. The account will be up over $150,000 tomorrow, which is awesome. And we're just going to keep, you know, trying to stack up those profits and see if we can hit the $100,000 mark this month. All right, so that's the game plan. And I will see all of you back here in the chat room first thing tomorrow morning around 9:15 for our pre-market analysis. All right, I'll see you guys in the morning. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.